I don't do intros. How you guys doing today? I'm doing all right today. Today I have for you guys a build. It's definitely a build. I'm calling this my Arcane Bloodcaster build. Before you click off the screen right now, because you're cringing really hard, um, listen, I have a confession to make, and I will make that confession in this video. I'm pretty sure you know what it's about, but until then, guys, I just want to remind you guys that if you like this kind of content, be sure to like and subscribe to the video, man. Go join my PVPBuilds Discord if you haven't already. The best way to communicate with me is through there. We post all kinds of stuff there. There's a good amount of people there. And yeah, guys. With that being said, let's talk about this Arcane Bloodcaster build. So for this build, we're sitting at level 200. Um, and you might have seen something in that first opening clip there that kind of made you cringe a little bit. That good old Rivers of Blood katana. Don't worry, it's not the only weapon we have on this build. Obviously, we have the Morning Star Occult infused with Barbaric Roar for the true combos that it gets. And the good damage, bro. The Morning Star is such a good weapon. Look at that. Bled out on the third hit. Insane. But why am I using the Rivers of Blood? Well, for those of you who have seen the Joker movie, you know, the one with Joaquin Phoenix, that one. There's a scene in that movie. Spoiler alert, I guess. If you haven't seen the movie Joker, where he's on a television show with one of his heroes, who is like the star of the show or whatever, and he's talking to him, and he's like, "So you really think?" And whatever the fuck he says, and then the Joker's like, "I do," and I'm pretending like I don't. That's kind of me. So you guys are looking at me like, "So you really think the Rivers of Blood is a cool weapon?" And then I'm like in full Joker clown makeup. I'm looking back at you guys, and I'm like, "I do," and I'm pretending like I don't. Uh, the truth is, man, I think the Rivers of Blood is a really cool concept for a weapon. It's just too bad that it's kind of cringe when you see somebody with it, because they just are always some kind of trash can player, right? Here's something that's not trash though. I love this fucking combo with the Beastman curved sword on an Arcane build specifically. Watch this, chat. Let me slow it down for you in case you missed it. I love that, man. So if you don't know, the Beastman Curve Sword has a true combo jumping R2 into R1, and then if you put Bloody Slash on it, it's a pretty good roll catch. So that's really cool. But anyway, I normally like to build characters rather than builds. So this Arcane build is brought to you by a Baldur's Gate 3 inspired character. If you guys played that game, you know, in one game of the year last year, you probably should play it if you haven't played it yet. There's a character in that game that I became absolutely obsessed with because she's so fucking cool, and I love her. It's Orin the Red, or Orin the Red. If you don't know who that is, I'll try to explain it to you. So she's a champion of one of the Dead Three, one of the gods that are like associated with death. And her god specifically is called Baal. And Baal is the god of murder. So you understand where she probably gets her name, Orin the Red. And she's kind of like obsessed with dismembering people and gore and blood, and it kind of turns her on. I had a character kind of similar to that theme already. I think she was at level 60. It was like a level 60 Arcane build. I decided to bring her back and make her at 200. So we have this cool Arcane Bloodcaster build that has, like, you know, the blood flame incantations, of course, and then a little bit of the dragon incantations, the big claw. Just because I really like the claw, man. I think the claw is underrated as hell. It's probably like one of the best dragon spells just for PvP in general. It's just really good at hitting people and then roll catching them afterwards because you can spam it twice. I'll Honestly, man, it might be like better than the rot breath. It feels like every time I get hit by rot breath nowadays, it's like the damage is very, very minimal, and I never get rotted. I mean, like I haven't really had a problem with rot breath lately in Elden Ring for like a couple months now. Ever since like they patched the dragon roars to kind of do nothing. Shout out to these boys, by the way. They were sitting in Fort Hate, and I lured them all the way over here to this rune bear. They were obviously trying to gank people, and then this happens to them. Cringe defeats cringe, boys. But anyway, man, how's life going with you guys? I just got a tattoo recently. If you would like to see that tattoo, go ahead and join the Discord. I did drop it down there, I'm pretty sure. Um, sorry, I think my cat's making noises. Don't worry about him. He's just being a little goofy kitty. Um, so the tattoo that I got, it's kind of Dark Souls inspired. I got a like you know, one of those little mushroom guys from Dark Souls 1. The ones that hit really, really hard. They're typically in Dark Root and at the bottom of the Great Hollow. Well, I got one of those guys, and he has a little face on him. And he has a little shield, and then in his other hand, he's got a Moonlight Greatsword. So that's pretty cool. And I did color it to be blue. The rest of the work is black and gray. I just got it yesterday, so something that I just kind of found out like afterwards was that it's kind of gonna be hard to hold a controller and play Elden Ring or any game for that matter, because I got it right on my wrist. I got it on my left hand wrist, so it's probably gonna be a little difficult to navigate you know, the tattoo while it's healing and playing Elden Ring, but I'm pretty sure I can get it done. And as I'm recording this today, the return to Drain Lake and Dark Souls 2 starts today, man, and that's pretty cool. I've been loving the activity in Elden Ring. The only reason I even like went back to Dark Souls 2 a couple months ago, and Dark Souls 3 and Dark Souls 1, was the fact that Elden Ring just felt really dry and kind of stupid to play. But now the activity is kind of good, and I'm kind of scared to go back to Dark Souls 2, because what if that game is dead during the Return to Drain Lake event? I don't think it will be, but let's hoping that it's pretty decent. And with that being said, guys, here's my stats, equipment, all that fun stuff. If you guys want to look at that. And with that being said, I want to thank you for watching the video. If you like this kind of content, this kind of PvP content, invasions of build making, I do it all, man. Be sure to like and subscribe to the video. Go follow my Twitch if you haven't already. I stream there sometimes. You'll join my PVPBuilds Discord. Drop your builds or clips down there, or message me over there. And it's the best way to communicate with me. And with that being said, fare thee well, peace out, and all that fun stuff. And I'll see you guys later, man. And don't you dare go hollow, friends.